Okay. Hello, Rachna ji. Welcome back. So in this episode, we will discuss about our first indicator of health, that is equal distribution of heat throughout the body. Yes. So over to you. Please share what does it mean and when it's not equally distributed and what happens in the body. So please, over to you.
Namaste. Thank you. As we said, first indicator of good health is equal distribution of heat in the body, right? Now, we also made it very clear what is the difference between indicator and symptom. Indicators can be observed in silence because it is the whispers of the body. When you are healthy, then these indicators are just revealed when the awareness is brought to that point. Okay, so the body is not calling for attention, so it will not be easily evident. When you observe it, you will be able to see it. Now, heat. And what is the importance of heat? Because this is the first stage of any imbalance in the body. Whenever you deviate from the natural laws, the first indicator that will happen is the disturbance in the equal distribution of heat. So what do we say? Equal distribution. So there will be an unequal distribution of heat. Some parts of the body will be hotter than the other parts, right? Now, what is this importance of heat? Heat actually is a property of fire element, right? And it is an important element in our whole constitution of the body. It is also an indicator of activity of life force and vitality in the body. As we say that if fever comes, it's a good indicator, right? Because you have high vitality and body is able to work to bring your balance back. The body is working, taken charge, and it is working, right? Now, you will also see heat is associated right from respiration to digestion to reproduction. Everything heat is associated. Why I'm saying so? That means it is not a constant factor. During the day, your respiration rate changes, so the heat in the body changes. Your eating and hence the process of digestion changes throughout the day. So the heat in the body changes. Reproduction, the reproduction activity, the whole process, there is a heat associated with that. Not only this, if these are all gross things, if you look at the subtle things, by changing the emotions, the heat in the body changes. We will talk about this more in detail. So when you change the thoughts or you change the actions, the heat in the body changes. So how does this, when we are talking about heat distribution, how does this distribution of heat takes place? You tell me. We talked about this. How does the distribution of heat takes place?
Blood circulation. When there is circulation.
Yeah, circulation is one way. So that would be convection.
Yes.
Right? And in certain parts, it can also be conduction in specific vasculature, especially on the skin. On the skin part, where the arteries are minimal. There, the environmental heat affects the outside temperature. You must have seen even when you are standing in the environment, what is the temperature around you?
Yes.
Will affect your skin.
Right.
So heat is not only coming from inside, heat is also coming from outside. So if it is convection from inside, that is now tell me from inside, where is the heat coming? Where is the heat produced? Have you ever thought about this?
Where is the heat produced?
Yeah. Where is the fire in the body? Where is it produced?
So stomach has the acids in the body?
So do you think the stomach is like a fire burning in and sending heat all over the body?
No. So it's because of blood circulation also? Yeah.
You mean to say the movement of the blood is causing
Yes.
heat?
Mm-hmm.
That will happen only if there is resistance. If there is a free flow, there should not be any heat.
Okay.
Every cell produces heat. Respiration, what happens in every cell, produces heat.
Mm-hmm.
The chemical reaction that takes place in every cell, the mitochondria, all these are involved. In every cell, the heat is produced, and which is again, it depends. Where do you need the heat? It will be produced where it is needed. To maintain a body temperature, blood helps in distributing the heat properly.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So heat is used everywhere. As you said, in the stomach, it is used for digestion, right? Jathar Agni, what we say in Hindi or Sanskrit, right? Similarly, as I said, it also happens because of the heat also changes because of radiation. As I said, the heat, the outer skin gets heated up. It also gets cooled up. It also gets cooled because of evaporation. We sweat. So all the three processes are involved in maintaining the heat in the body. That is convection, conduction, and radiation. That is the science behind it. And this will happen when you are exercising enough. There is a good blood circulation to every corner of your body. Every cell of your body is well nourished with blood. Right? Now, the main purpose of this distribution of heat and why we are talking about this, to observe any change in this distribution and immediately bring back your alignment with the nature. So there are certain gross indicators that we need to look at, and there will be certain subtle ones. So we will talk about this. We will also talk about acute condition and heat. We'll talk about heat and hunger, and sleep and hunger, heat. Okay. So in subtle and gross indicators, you will see it's a very simple thing. The temperature rises. Okay. Now I'll talk about my own experience. When, I was suffering from migraine. This was the first indicator I knew I'm going to get my migraine attack. The temperature in the body used to just rise up in specific points, especially the head region, the eyes, my hands and my feet, the abdomen, the ear, inside the ear, the genitals. And not only that, even the urine that used to come out used to be like burning. So I knew there is something wrong with me that needs to be taken care of. So heat is the first indicator that there is something wrong in the body. Be observant about it. So it can be either heating up or it can be cooling also. If you have low vitality, it will be you are losing heat from your hands and your feet, they get cold. So first, you need to increase the blood circulation if that happens. And if it is getting hot, you need to fast and cool your body, remove the toxins. Do your enema, toner, fast, fluids, all these things, right? Now, if you look at subtle indicators of change in heat, your breath also changes in its temperature. Have you felt that?
Yes.
In fact, I used to feel like a dragon. That if I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out fire.
Yeah.
Like this Chinese, you know. So there'll be a change in the temperature of the breath. There'll be a change in the speed of your respiration, your breathing, the depth of your breathing. So this is only about breath. Then there's another subtle change that happens in the mind. When there is an imbalance of heat in the body, you will realize that you move towards inactivity.
What does it mean, Rachna ji, that we move towards inactivity?
That is that you don't feel like working. You feel like resting. You don't have the energy to work.
Because of the increase in temperature inside the body?
Because of the imbalance, if there is an increase in temperature, whether it is fever or any other thing, you'll always feel you're low in energy. Because body is working, that is why the heat is increased. The imbalance in the heat, the body has increased. So body is saying, rest, let me do the work that you have given me, because you have been doing all wrong things. I have to bring back the balance. I have to clean the body and make the function of the body proper.
So, Rachna ji, there's a common understanding that if we are feeling weak, we should eat food. And we had discussed in the earlier episode also the fever discussion. So here also just you want to emphasize that when body is saying that rest, it means do not eat, just rest. This is what you also want to
rest
emphasize.
Means complete rest to every part of the body. That includes your stomach.
Yes, the digestive system as well, right?
Yes. So you need to rest your body, you need to rest your rest. So even if you feel hungry, if you feel see, hunger is not always of the stomach or the body. It is also mental. It's time everybody is eating, I'm not eating. So the mind says eat, but the body is saying don't eat. So you can be on fluids.
Yes.
Tender coconut water is always the best bet, right? If not, you can always have vegetable juices or some fruit juices, diluted juices, just to give you satiety.
Rachna ji, I have one question regarding this. So we mentioned, we talked about that when there's rise in temperature, we get fever. Are there any other symptoms that we can, before it becomes like a really high fever, is there anything that we can do to, prevent that? Because high fever makes us nervous. Yeah.
Because of ignorance.
Yes.
Please understand. If you accept the fever and immediately take the right steps, the fever will go in a day or two, maximum.
Yes.
So it's very necessary that we align ourselves and help our body in whatever the extraordinary cleaning the body is doing. So there's another subtle thing that I would like to include in the indicators is that this is all I'm talking out of my own experience. I used to avoid socializing. I'm sure nobody likes to socialize when they have fever or they have a higher imbalance in the body, right? And even loud noise used to be very uncomfortable. So rest in complete way was very necessary, right? Now we'll come to what you were talking about is the acute condition. What I was talking about is when it just starts.
Right.
You don't have to reach that state of acute condition. If you take steps immediately, you know it. You don't have to reach the fever part. You will know there is little heat in the abdominal region sometimes, or heat in the throat region. Just slight change. That is the time you immediately take a pause. Stop eating. No grains. Be only on raw vegetable or fruits or fluids as per your choice. You see how you are, how your day is and how the availability is. Isn't it? But in acute conditions, what happens that the heat will always be associated with pain and inflammation. So any part of the body, wherever there is an inflammation, there will be pain and there will be heat. Right? Because there is extraordinary work going on there in that particular part, whichever part. It can be an internal part. So you will have somewhere, in whichever part of the body it is. Or you can even see it on the outside of your body, on the skin, if there is an inflammation, or anywhere where it is visible, the inflammation. So it can be internal or external inflammation. But we have to remember, all these things, these are a change. A change is a change and will change. So all you have to do is help the body bring about this change again to the normal state of health. Right? Be a witness with awareness in the mind that brings harmony and acceptance. Just go through this change without interfering with the functioning of the body. So that is the way to deal in acute conditions.
Mm-hmm. And not take medicine to suppress the fever, right?
That is, that is absolutely no.
No. Because what essentially we are doing, we are asking the body to stop the function of cleansing by suppressing the...
Yes, by suppressing the symptoms.
Yes.
Right? Next is the heat and mental conditions. So you will be surprised, when, if you have to, shift this, make this mental shift of an observer as a seer. When you're angry, take a pause and see where you feel the heat. So you will see heat will be from above the chest. This part gets heated up. You can also feel the heart pumping faster. Your hands up to the arms, everything will be hot. And if there is fear, again, from heart to abdominal region, you feel it, it's getting constriction there. And heat increases there. In fact, I'll share a picture with you. You can add it in if you can just share it later.
Yes.
Which shows the distribution of heat and mental conditions.
Right. I think I can share the screen if you just share on WhatsApp, or you can share the screen. Let me make you the host. 1 second.
Okay. If you want to do that, I'll just show it to you.
Yeah, I made you the host. You could share the screen.
It says one participant can share. So what am I supposed to do?
No, you do you get this icon, share screen, the green?
Yeah, wait.
You get that?
No, it is asking me how many participants can share at the same time.
Yeah, one participant is okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why it is showing me these settings rather than...
Yeah.
Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
So you see in this, there is, in anger, the upper part of the body gets heated up. In fear, you can see from the heart center, it radiates all around. In disgust, it moves a little lower. In happiness, it's all over the body. You must have seen people crying, they get into tears in happiness, right? In sadness, there is, again, in the heart and the facial part, they get heated up. Surprise. When you are neutral, there is no differentiation in heat. You can see an equal distribution, the last one, right? It shows a nice cool body. So that is also a colloquial way of talking. We say, okay, how's everything? Cool. So remain cool. So in anxiety, again, you can see there is an imbalance, even in love. Because according to us, love also have various levels. We will talk about this some other day. Any extreme emotion is not welcome. So even love can be an extreme and can be harmful at times. Depression, you can see it is more cooling. You lose the vitality. In contempt, pride, shame, envy. So all these mental conditions have a different heat distribution in the body. Right?
Thank you so much, Rachna. So this was very interesting and insightful. Yes.
Yes.
And it's interesting to note that that our body loses heat when we go through all these emotions, right? I thought it's always that it heats up.
So when it is heating up, that means you're losing vitality. It is a drain to the vitality. Understand this. So why in Gita it is said, don't get into dualities. Try to maintain an equanimity. Too much of happiness, too much of sadness, in loss or gain, nothing. Just be in equanimity. Whatever happens to you. So this is important. So what are that we can do to maintain this good heat distribution? So first of all is jogging. If you run every day, just for 15 minutes, we are not asking you to run for 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, just 15 minutes of light jogging is good enough to improve the blood circulation and hence the heat distribution. Or you can do something like yoga, asana abhyas, that is also very nice, or any physical activity, in fact, for that matter. Even if you're working at home, you're doing different activities which involves movement of every part of the body. That is also good enough.
So, Rachna, just to clarify,
physical activity is very important.
Yes. So you mentioned about 15 minutes of jogging. So let's say there are some people who cannot jog for whatever physical condition they have. What they can do in physical exercise to improve their blood circulation?
See, according to me, each person can do some physical activity. So find your capacity and do that much, and find your limit and cross it a little bit.
Okay, good.
To bring about challenge.
Yes.
So that next day, your limit will be a little further away. Right?
Understood. Yes.
So whatever you can do, but make sure you're moving every joint of your body every day. So even to the old people, I keep telling them, even if you're sitting, use whatever you can do. Make sure every joint of the body, small or big, is moved once. Exercised well. Okay, that should be done. Then sometimes hot foot bath is very helpful in bringing about this heat distribution. So many people, we ask them that before sleeping, have a hot foot bath. Because there are a lot of old people I've met who says that, my feet get cold while sleeping. I feel a lot of, I have chills in my lower part of the legs because the blood circulation is not there, because movement is not there. Right? So hot foot bath helps in that. Okay. Now there are also many ways to reset the excess heat in the body. One is to have a head bath. So whenever you are bathing, especially women, avoid wetting their hair every day.
Yeah,
they just take a bath, head down.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Have a head bath every day. It's a good idea to do that for the heat distribution in the body. And believe me, it feels so good, especially in the summers.
A regular
right?
bath, right? With regular water.
Regular.
Not cold, not
Yes,
too
yes,
hot.
regular bath.
Okay.
Absolutely regular. Okay. Next is massaging yourself with oil and then taking a bath. We always believe in self-massage. And because, as my Guruji says, that getting yourself massaged is only for lazy people.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to massage yourself because you're exercising also. When you're trying to reach your back, you're exercising
You're
pretty
moving
well.
your hands. Yes, yes. Rachna ji, will
Right?
it not, increase the temperature in body if we massage? Or what is
When you're
massage?
massaging, massage can be done with water. Why only oil?
Okay. Understood.
While
It's
bathing,
just...
massage yourself, isn't it?
Sure.
Then immersion bath. Fill a tub of water, just lie down in water. That's a good way. I still remember, when I was small, I was studying in Barakpur. So there in the school, whenever the children would get high fever, the teachers there would immediately take the children, put their head under the tap.
Okay.
To bring the temperature down. So I was very intrigued about this as a child. And I told my mother about it. So today our teacher that did that, but now I feel that was the right thing to do, to immediately make the child comfortable. So that is one thing. And for some people, if immersion bath is not possible, even spinal bath is good to bring the heat distribution back when there is not too much of fever, or they don't want to, some people are not comfortable with the whole immersion bath. So then spinal bath is also good enough. If that is also not possible, another very good way is to ground yourself. Lie down on the earth. I have found this very, very effective. In the open, on the grass, just lie down in shade. That's an amazing way because the telluric energy, the magnetic field of the earth also affects the blood circulation of the body and the heat distribution.
Okay.
The other thing is pranayam, right? Or air bath. Remove your clothes, stand in the breeze, allow that to happen, right? So this here we are all talking about high temperature. What about low temperature? When you lose heat, then what can you do? Of course, wear warm clothing, have a warm water bath, but end it with cold water bath. And exercising, again, jogging is very good to increase the temperature in the body. And food. You must have seen after eating food, the body temperature rises. Right?
Got it. This is insightful. Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No, just trying to understand that you mentioned about old people when they feel cold feet. So is it because of some because of some emotional stress, or is it purely because of blood circulation? Because I have
everything is related.
Yeah.
Everything is related. Right? Everything is related. So because of the emotional state, everything starts in the mind. Because of the emotional state, the choices that you make in life will be different.
Sure.
So are you exercising enough? Are you eating the right food? And because of all this, the body temperature will also vary.
Okay.
In fact, the environmental, if you see, there are a lot of things that affect even your, I always talk about the relationship between hunger and heat also. Because the environmental conditions, you must have seen, your hunger changes in winters and summers. Right? In a cooler environment, you feel more hungry. In warmer environments, you feel less hungry. So with the seasons, the hunger changes. Because of that, activity and hunger is also when are you more active? And that will also affect your hunger, and that will also will affect the temperature in the body. Right? Emotions, heat, and hunger all are related. As I showed you, each emotion changes the variance, the temperature variance, and that also changes your hunger.
Understood.
And food types also change. What types of food are you taking? That will also depend the heat in the body. If you are having more subtle sattvic food, your body will remain cool. If you're having more spicy, non-vegetarian, high oil content, your body will become more hot because it needs to digest that.
So, Rachnaji, it is the digestive fire which is also generating that heat that we feel
Absolutely.
Inside our abdominal
Absolutely.
region. Yeah.
True. Yes.
So, Rachnaji, so as we wrap this up, so what are the final points that you want to share for the audience?
Yeah. So I'll just say one thing. See, even the beauty of the words, the warmth in their essence. The beauty of the words is in the warmth of their essence. So it is not only about the physical body or this mental, but even what you say and how you behave. In here, we are talking about warmth because warmth is life.
Yeah.
Right? So stay cool, eat well, and make sure whenever there is an imbalance, bring your balance back.
Yes,
be
by
your
resting.
own doctor.
Yes, and by resting and by the therapies that you had mentioned, right? But not by taking medicines and
no way.
Yeah.
If you cannot take care of your own body, I don't think you can take care of anything in this world.
Sure.
Correctly.
All right, Rachnaji, thank you very much for your time. So in the next episode, we'll discuss the second indicator of health. Thank you very much. So see you soon, Rachnaji.
Welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sure. Warm regards.